We live in a world of hope, diversity, and experiences, where everything happens by chance, but there is always room to correct what is wrong. In this first episode, we will explore the potential of Homa Bay County and the bottlenecks to the realization of its full potential. Homa Bay County is located in southwestern Kenya along Lake Victoria, where it borders Kisumu and Siaya counties in the north, Kisii and Nyamira counties in the east, and Migori County to the south. The county covers an estimated area of 3,154.7 kilometers squared, exclusive of water surface, which covers 1,227.3 kilometers squared. The urban area covers about 186 kilometers squared. The county headquarters is located about 420 kilometers from Nairobi, which is the capital city of Kenya. The county has 16 islands with unique fauna and flora and an impressive array of physiographic features with great aesthetic value of nature. Homa Bay County has a mission to build and preserve optimal conditions for accelerated, inclusive, and sustainable development that guarantees safe livelihoods, dignified living, and progressive pathways for all citizens of the county to thrive. In other words, a vision of an industrialized, healthy, and wealthy county. The county is predominantly inhabited by the Luo tribe and the Abasuba. According to the Kenya National Housing and Population Census of 2019, 1.13 million inhabitants call this county home, comprising 52% females and 48% males. The annual population growth rate for the county is 1.6%, and 90% of the population lives in the rural areas. Over 80% of births take place in health facilities. In all, there are only 4 major townships with a population of over 10,000 persons, namely Homa Bay, Mbita Point, Oyugis, and Kindu Bay. The county has about 262,000 households, with averagely 4 people living within a household. About 20% of these households have on-grid connectivity to electricity, while 56% use solar and solar charged for lighting. Approximately 3/4 of the households in the county use firewood as the primary source of cooking. The gross county product (GCP) for Homa Bay County is estimated to 52 billion Kenya shillings, or approximately 520 million USD. Most of the income is derived from crop, livestock, and fishery activities. According to Kenya National Bureau of Statistics County Statistical Abstract of 2017, agriculture contributes to 60% of the GCP. Climate Risk Profile Report of 2016 found that on-farm income earns the household an average of about 99,000 Kenya shillings, or 990 USD. According to the census data of 2019, about 194,000 households in the county practice agriculture, with 95% of the households practicing crop farming and 66% practicing animal production. The agricultural land in the county is about 276,000 hectares, which means that averagely each household uses 4 acres of land for agriculture. The percentage of land with title deeds in Homa Bay County stands at about 48%. This is because most of the land in the county is communal. However, most of the farming practiced in the county by about 96% of the households is subsistence. The main food crops produced in the county include maize, beans, sorghum, millet, kales, sweet potatoes, and peas. The vast majority, over 80% of the farmers, grow both maize and beans. Most of these households also practice indigenous animal farming, including chicken, zebu cattle, small East African goats, and red Maasai sheep. Most of these livestock are bred for their sentimental value and are used in emergencies to cover medical and transport costs, pay school fees, entertain guests, and pay dowry. Exotic animal production in the area seems to be challenged by the unfavorable weather experienced in the county. Nevertheless, Homa Bay County earns over 500 million shillings or approximately 5 million USD annually from hides and skins. Sesefly infestation on the cattle is an issue that the region is struggling with, and both national and county governments have a strong responsibility to ensure that this vector is controlled completely.
Koro miyo chiaye matindo gi wapidho giga nikech wayudo ka garambgi yot. Thieth ne tin nikech mokwongo maugo ng'eny ka to chiaye matindo gi maugo kika ahinya.
As a coping mechanism to the sesefly problems, farmers are therefore beginning to prefer small-sized livestock like the goats and sheep. Maize is a major contributor to the household food security and nutrition. The vast majority, over 80% of farmers grow maize, since it is considered a staple food. The popular ugali is important in the Luo community, where dry maize is milled to maize flour and cooked to ugali, which can be accompanied by vegetables and proteins such as fish, and nyoyo, where the maize is mixed with beans. Income from maize production is estimated at 2 billion Kenya shillings, which is 51% of the total income from major food crops generated in the county. Beans is also a staple food in the county and are grown in 2 seasons by a vast majority of over 80% of the farmers across the county. Income from bean production represents 23% of the total income from major food crops generated in the county. Moreover, fishing forms a major economic activity in the county. This is attributed to the fact that the county borders the largest freshwater lake in Africa, that is Lake Victoria, and has a number of rivers that are important in fishing activities. Homa Bay County has 2 types of fishing activities, that is, capture fishing and aquaculture. Over 17,000 fishermen in the county rely on fishing for their household income. The main species caught include Nile perch, tilapia, and clarias, famously known as omena. During capture fishing, the Beach Management Unit, BMU, fishermen and government are involved in the conservation of the breeding sites to protect the fish stock.
It's high time the government should just come up and ensure that everything which has been in place to ensure the fish production and the conservation of the lake is taken into full force, must be brought back, and those laws to be implemented.
The county has about 151 landing beaches, which have become influential trading centers in the county, especially for fish products. Examples of landing beaches which have become thriving trading centers include Sindo, Nyandiwa, Ringiti, Remba, Alum, Kaugege, Dhuru, and Sena. The main challenges in this value chain includes overexploitation or overfishing affecting the fish stock, invasive species such as the recurrent water hyacinth, interterritorial conflicts between the Kenyan fishermen and Ugandan police, and exploitation by middlemen.
We are also facing a challenge by the neighboring country, the frustration and the harassment which they are forcing to our fishermen.
Aquaculture is relatively underdeveloped in the county, where about 939 households have fish ponds and about 174 households have fish cages. In almost every household, indigenous chicken freely roam around homesteads and scavenge for food with very little supplementary feeding and minimal additional inputs such as sorghum, millet, or maize. However, because of informal nature of production, information related to input and production volumes and quantities is limited. Some farmers in the county are diversifying agriculture. For instance, Daniel, a former teacher and a well-traveled fellow, changed his chicken business to guinea fowl. Daniel aims to upscale the production of these birds, citing low-cost expenditure on pests and diseases as the motivator to keep the guinea fowl birds.
Yeah, but what I've learned is that basically when you provide them with food like here, they just go out to supplement. So it would be a very big challenge maybe having, keeping them within. But I've seen where they are kept in a small area, they don't grow as fast as where they have the freedom to forage for.
His major challenge lies on the bird's careless laying style, which exposes the eggs to predators like monitor lizard.
Very poor mothers, because if you allow them maybe to start laying on eggs, at some point they'll just abandon them.
While faith-based organizations such as Caritas of Homa Bay support poultry farmers through their agricultural environmental program, farmers often use poor agronomic practices because of lack of knowledge that lead to environmental degradation, consequently limiting the exploitation of the county's agricultural potential. The other economic activity with the greatest potential is tourism, with attractions such as Homa National Park, extended shorelines of Lake Victoria, Rusinga and Fangano Islands, the volcanic lake at Simbi Nyaima, and hills overlooking Lake Victoria. However, these tourist attraction sites seem to be neglected and do not reach their maximum potential, since there are very few world-class hotels to host the visitors. Bird roads, especially around Homa National Park, also discourage tourists from visiting the park. Anecdotally, experts believe that Homa has the potential of having over 7 million visitors annually. The government must therefore create awareness of these tourist attraction sites and also help in solving human-wildlife conflicts within the parks and forests. The temperature in the county ranges from 17.1 degrees centigrade to 34.8 degrees centigrade, and the rainfall in Homa Bay is low and unreliable, since the county receives an annual rainfall ranging from 700 to 800 millimeters. Dependency on rain-fed agriculture also greatly affects productivity of rain-fed crops and livestock in the county, where only 3% of households in the county irrigate their land. Irrigation is important to maintain a continuous production. Low mechanization of production to increase efficiency and poor storage facilities have hampered progress in the sector, as over 90% of farmers use traditional production and storage methods which limit their output. The main storage facilities in the county are cribs and gunny bags. Only a paltry 1% of the population appears to use silos. To enhance productivity in a sustainable manner, companies like Western Fresh Industries Limited, WEFI, facilitate investment in agro-processing and high-tech agriculture. WEFI is located at Magunga in Suba South sub-county and primarily help sunflower farmers in farm mechanization, provision of sunflower seeds, and market for their produce. The company has also partnered with Safaricom's DigiFarm for the supply of other cereal seeds, that is maize and sorghum, to farmers as loan. However, due to unfavorable weather and overdependence on rain-fed agriculture, there is always high levels of loan default. The company primarily produces sunflower oil, sunflower cake used as animal feeds, and bar soaps, all obtained from sunflower grains. The roads that connect farmers to the markets in Sindo and Magunga are extremely bad, especially during the rainy season, and requires the intervention of the government to ensure the roads are tarmacked. As a result of this, farmers are forced to sell their produce to middlemen who dictate their prices. The government should also protect farmers from the exploitation by these middlemen. Peter and his wife hail from Orlando in Guasi, and both depend on agriculture. While Peter does the cultivation in his 10 acres of land, his wife supplements their produce by buying from other farmers and taking to the market in Sindo. However, while practicing both crop and animal production, these agribusiness people cry about the nature of Magunga-Sindo Road, which makes them to gain very little profitability from their produce, since they use a lot of money in transporting produce to their desired marketplace. Therefore, according to Climate Risk Profile Report of 2016, looking to the future in the years of 2021 to 2065, temperature is projected to increase by 0.4 degrees centigrade, with the first wet season projected to experience even greater changes. And by this time, precipitation is projected to increase by 0.7% in the first wet season and by 3% in the second wet season. The combination of increased temperature during the first season and increased precipitation in the second season exposes Homa Bay County to a huge risk of both drought and flooding in a calendar year. To cope with climate change and variability, farmers in Homa Bay County have to adopt a number of on-farm adaptation strategies like tree planting, water reservoirs for irrigation, adaptation of early maturing varieties, improved soil and water conservation, post-harvest storage of produce in silos, opening markets to farmers through road construction, especially in Suba South Sub-County, and protection of farmers from exploitation by middlemen. The county should also create awareness about the existing tourism attractions. This way, Homa Bay County will realize its full potential and may even feed 5 of its neighboring counties. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell so that whenever we release a new video like this, you will be notified.